Okay, so my name is Sarah Music. Welcome to the talk show. I'm here with Amewu. Amewu is a social worker, a designer, and an activist. She's going to tell us a little bit about herself. Then we take it from there. Hello, Amewu.
Hello.
Tell me a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm designer basically, and educator and artist. I'm also a social worker, but in France it's the same between social worker and educator, special need. So I use the art and the woodwork, the design in general, to connect people together. So I used to use this medium as a medium for education. So all my material are from, I would say, scraps, trashes. It's a way to show to people that even if something seems to be unusual, you can still make something out of it. And that also means that even if some humans seems to be unusual for some people in the society, at least no, they are not. Yes. We all have a role to and a purpose and a role to play.
All right. So, welcome back home. What has been your impression about the art industry, art entertainment, crafts, all that in the Volta region? What has been your impression so far?
I would say that it's not only in Volta region. The whole world turns around money and industrialization and all that is material. But we are not really using the material as something to connect people together. We are just connecting to material. This is not really spiritual. So to connect people together, I think that we can use that same material to connect people together. So, okay, I can talk about maybe the sabala, that is a symbol to design how the society is made. So we have all these layers bringing together that are creating the society itself. And in a society, when we just consider one layer, like I would say maybe the bank, maybe the financial part, we are just wasting a lot of time and talent.
Wasting the sabala.
Yeah, and we are also, we are not creating a society now, we are just creating some items. And what is interesting for me, I can say that in Volta it would be so interesting to connect people together and see how they can go far, how they can do further. And people will not be only Voltarian. It can be people from Ghana, it can be tourists, it can be all those people that are passing through our land.
Yeah, so what do you think can be done? What platforms do you think can be set to make this happen?
I mean, there's a lot of platforms that we can do and use to do that. We have already all the cultural aspects that people are coming to see and to participate with, so they are connecting at that moment. We have all the hub. We can create hubs, we can create coffee shop, we can create a lot of space where people can just sit and think together. Today people are sitting and they are drinking together, okay fine, but what are they really doing for the future? They are not preparing anything. I mean, and it's not only about Ghana, it's everywhere. We are all able to sit and drink together or partying together, but what is the time that we are able to think together? I mean, our ancestors and even our parents were able to do that, but now this generation is just connected to material. They are not connecting together really, freely, without anything between them.
Okay. So I have last but one question to ask. What do you think we can do as artists to encourage people? Because everything we need audience. From my personal impression or observation, I realize usually when you even as a musician, we set up an event, it's very difficult to even have people to attend. So what do you think we can do to encourage audience for what we do?
Okay, I would say that there's something that we also forget, and this is really part of this. If we go through, I would say, psychology, social science, we are just creating things without asking to people what they need. What they want. I can think that people need art, but finally, I still have to ask them. This is my point of view, but I still have to ask. Okay, do you really need this one? Okay, so if it's no about that, what kind of herb do you want? What kind of place do you need? And after that, so after asking to people what they need, so maybe we can share ideas all together to know exactly what we have to create for people to be involved in.
So personally as an artist, I think Ho is really boring because there's just one way of art. It's always going to this particular bar and coming back home. It's always this Catchy Life music and coming back home. It's always this so if you want to do something a bit different, you struggle. What do you think as an artist we can do, to make this Sabala whole concept a reality?
I mean, okay, as I said, first we still have to ask people what they need, but from my point of view, and maybe it's no correct because I'm no from who but I would say that we have all those people. We have this quiet place. That now Accra is so busy that people will start to move around and see what is happening outside from Accra, Greater Accra region. So I would say that what would be cool in Ho is to create some spaces where people can meet. And first, we have the university where all the students are thinking. We have this youth. Last time we were in a bar together and I brought my book. You said that I was using my Bible at the club. No, I was just observing people and we were in Ho. I was observing those people that people used to call mad people. And they were here to party. They were here to connect with people in a time that nobody was looking at them. They were just by their own. But by their own, they were together. That was so interesting. At the same time, we were seeing all those young people dancing together. And some were wearing some clothes that you can imagine that they did it themselves. And I was just thinking but we are wasting talents. Because how many of them are encouraged by their parents to continue art or to continue their thinking, to continue to write? Maybe some of them are writing poesy. Maybe some of them are writing song. Which parents are asking them to continue that? There's a lot of parents that are waiting for them to do a legal court or to be a lawyer, to be a doctor. So we are wasting talents. We are not using all the layers of the Sabala.
Finally, what message do you have for investors out there who have the potential but are reluctant because they don't see anything to invest in? What do you think? What message do you have for such people out there?
I would say that Volta region is quiet. Volta region is full of nature. That's something that we cannot see in other regions. Volta region will be the next place where a lot of tourists will come. So I'm not saying that we have to develop Volta region in the way that people are going to spoil it, but we have to develop Volta region in a way to protect our culture, to protect our heritage, and to show up what we are able to do.
Okay. And finally, if you are to represent Volta region with any of these one single artwork symbols, which symbol best describes Volta region?
To describe Volta region, okay, that would be the Safi.
Safi? Why? Yeah. Why did you choose
Okay,
Safi?
because heritage in Volta region is really, it has been protected. But we need to continue, okay? Now our parents and their generation are still here, they are still around to explain what they are doing. Okay, but can you explain to your children what we are doing in Volta? I cannot. Can you? Okay, so this is the time that we have to continue giving the Safi. Mm-hmm. Okay.
To the next generation.
Yeah,
right?
we have to ask them to give us the Safi so we will be able to give it.
Nice. And by the way, this beautiful artwork here was done by Amewu. All right, so thank you so much. See you in the next one. From Bijula.